طرفني ورود تلم ربني معبود راسمة صنع العهود وقت الحزن حنا الجنود حرب وسلم رغم حدود عنا حلم بالغياب نستقبله يا ابن العين يا ابن النهر يا ابن النبع يا ابن البحر ابن السنكون الزنقاء هاي الزقة وهاي احنا بنت العين بنت النهر بنت النبع بنت البحر بنت السنكون الزنقاء هاي الزقة وهاي احنا
Send it off to wherever you please. Make sure that the money comes back home, back to the peasant, to the fellahin born.
تبعا للظرف المرهون مطرح ما عيونك بتكون بحلم شوفك يوما ما بكرة بيخلص هالكابوس بدل الشمس بتضوي شموس على أرض الوطن المحروس رح نتلاقى يوما ما على رغم الجو المشحون تبعا للظرف المرهون مطرح ما عيونك بتكون بحلم شوفك يوما ما بكرة بيخلص هالكابوس بدل الشمس بتضوي شموس وعلى أرض الوطن المحروس رح نتلاقى يوما ما مع إن وضعك مهزوز مرات بحسك نرفوز لازم تعقل ما بيجوز إذا مش هلأ يوما ما مع إن وضعك مهزوز ومرات حسك نرفوز لازم تعقل ما بيجوز إذا مش هلأ يوما ما على رغم الجو المشهور الصرف المرهون مطرح عيونك.
They was trying to pull him out while he was still revving the engine. I don't know, that's a big curve right there. Maybe he couldn't get up. Ready Rod and his drink called they're trying to move the car. The guy just started running to the thing. You didn't see that? You didn't see that? No. Oh yeah, she was trying to drive into it. Right here. I'm telling you. You good? Yeah, well, I think we're good to start. Okay. The mic is on. I'm going to go over here.
Gosh, yeah. Am I going to be standing in people's way? I'm good. How are you? I've listened to Nepal at the time.
Yeah, let's
give me the signal.
Yeah, do you want to just do some chants?
do some chants too.
Yeah, I'm actually.
بحلم شوفك يوما ما ربي يخلص هالكابوس وبدل الشمس بتضوي شموس وعلى أرض الوطن المحروس رح نتلاقى يوما ما.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Friends, welcome. Please sing with me. Repeat after me. In hope, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. We find ourselves here. In hope, in hope, in prayer, we're right here. We're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. Amazing. Beautiful. Here's the chorus. We rise, humbly hearted. We rise, humbly hearted. Rise, won't be divided. Rise, won't be divided. Rise, with spirit to guide us. Rise, with spirit to guide us. Rise, rise. That's the whole song. Let's sing it together. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And we rise, humbly hearted. Rise, won't be divided. Rise, with spirit to guide us. Rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And we rise, humbly hearted. Rise, won't be divided. Rise, with spirit to guide us. Rise, rise. Free Palestine! Let's do it.
Who keeps us safe? Who keeps us safe? All right, y'all, I'm going to need everyone to get in a little bit closer to one another. I know there's a lot happening right now, but we're here to be together and in community. Free! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Hands off Gaza now. Hands off Rafah now. Hands off Gaza now. Hands off Rafah now. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mimi, and I am an organizer with the Palestinian Youth Movement. Today marks 5 months since the genocide in Gaza began at the bloody hands of the Zionist state and funded by the United States. We gather here today once again to make it loud and clear that there will be no business as usual during genocide. We stand against the atrocities being committed by the apartheid state of Israel, and that United States President Biden may attempt to whitewash his administration's heinous crimes, but the entire world will remember his and his entire administration's direct role in this genocide. The truth could not be clearer. The U.S. government and the Biden administration are not only complicit, but directly responsible for the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. And despite their efforts to cloak this in political rhetoric, the majority of Americans across party lines demand a ceasefire. We demand an end to U.S. support for Israel's ongoing genocide against the Palestinian people. Today, we have assembled over 45 progressive organizations that demand that Biden stop this genocide. The U.S. empire uses trillions of your tax dollars on war, genocide, occupation, and border militarization. That money is stolen from you. That money is stolen from you not just by Genocide Joe, but by every Democrat and Republican in office for the past 7 decades. That money is stolen from the people to fund genocide instead of housing, healthcare, education, any form of well-being for the people. And we know that no matter who is in that building behind me, the only difference to Palestinians is how quickly the U.S. government jumps to support the genocide and starvation of our people. Whether it's Biden or Trump, Democrat or Republican, the entire United States government is responsible for the ethnic cleansing of all of Palestine. Funds meant for our communities are funneled into weapons manufacturers and agencies that perpetrate violence against Palestinians in Gaza, the West Bank, and immigrants seeking refuge and safety at our southern border. Shame! President Biden cannot hide behind his State of the Union address. We will not allow him to gloss over the blood on his hands. This rally is more than a gathering. It is a moment for us to show our collective power, the power that we have in numbers, that we will not stand idly by while this government is responsible for the war crimes committed against our people, and that the people demand life. We are here to offer a vision of a future where this government invests in its citizens, not in war, not in genocide, not in occupation, not in starvation, and not in apartheid and militarism. The people demand, number one, a permanent ceasefire in Gaza now. Stop arming the apartheid state of Israel and stop funding genocide now. Stop militarizing our borders and punishing people for migrating now. Reinstate funding to UNRWA immediately. Divest from militarism and invest in life. Today and every day for the past 5 months, we have been calling for accountability. We have been calling for justice. We call for an end to the silence that enables these crimes to continue. And let our voices echo across the nation, across the globe, and to our people in Palestine. We will be free from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Thank you, everybody. All right, thank you, Mimi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Tamari. I'm with the Adala Justice Project. You are beautiful. This is the People's State of the Union. We affirm life. We reject genocide. And we call on the Biden administration to cease and desist and let the Palestinian people live. Before we get started with this amazing lineup of speakers, a few announcements. We've all been shook up. We don't know exactly what happened, but the police intervened. I just want to remind you, we don't talk to the police. We have an amazing team of marshals here in yellow vests, and they will keep you safe. If you have any safety concerns or need assistance with medical help, please find your nearest marshal. 2, we also encourage everyone to not engage with any counter-protesters or agitators. Their only goal is to distract us, and we will not be distracted. We know that the police are here to protect that building and not us. So if any police try to talk to you, direct them to the police liaisons. Police liaisons are wearing orange vests. And if you can raise your hand, we'll look for you. Let's see if I can point you out. Orange vests. Okay, we'll find you. I want to thank our friend Billy, who's here today doing ASL interpretation. Thank you. We keep each other safe. I would like to introduce my dear friend and the director of the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights, Ahmed Abu Znaid.
Okay, repeat after me. We say no.
We say no.
Genocide Joe.
Genocide Joe.
We say no. Genocide Joe. Good evening. I'm happy to be here with you tonight. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. We say no.
We say no.
Genocide Joe.
Genocide Joe.
Okay, so I'm Ahmed Abu Znaid representing the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights. So President Biden is supposed to give the State of the Union address, but I think what's pretty clear to all of us is that President Biden has the state, but we have the union right here in these streets. We're here today because enough is enough. We're here today because this administration and the majority of Congress is out of touch with the majority of the masses in this country and across the globe. We're here today because we need an immediate and permanent ceasefire. We need to stop arming Israel and participating in the genocide of the Palestinian people. Stop militarizing our communities, our borders, and stop punishing people for migration. We don't want no cop cities and we don't want no cop state. Now, due to the horrific nature of the genocide, the people of Gaza are in desperate need of aid. So UNRWA funding must be restored and the trucks need to enter Gaza by the thousands daily. Now! President Biden's now floating the idea of a port to be built on the shores of Gaza. Enough with the arming of the genocide while carrying out these publicity stunts regarding aid. If the U.S. would stop arming and funding the occupation and the apartheid, Palestinians can build our own damn ports. We need to divest from militarism. We've seen enough of the U.S.-Israeli imperialist death machine. Life is so much more of a much more beautiful investment, don't you agree? And it's a much more honorable and sacred investment, don't you agree? See, but this sort of investment, it pays dividends. It pays dividends for generations to come to all of its shareholders, humanity, us, we, the people. You know, I have a suggestion for President Biden before he gives his speech. We need precision-guided policies, not precision-guided munitions. We need masks for people to feel safe, not the masking of weapon transfers to Israel. A government has a role, and in any scenario, this role involves feeding the people, not starving people. Housing people, not bombing people. Providing health care, not harming people. Spreading love and not hate. And clearly he's failed at this mandate, so here we are, the pieces, the people, the masses, to call upon him to do right. Now, before I leave, I want you to join me in an action. If you could take out your phones and help us spread the good word from today. I want you to take out your phone and visit notmytaxdollars.org. notmytaxdollars.org. Download the graphics and share those so the people that are not here with us tonight can hear us loud and clear. We're divesting from death. We're investing in life. We're ending all support to the military and an apartheid state of Israel. Free, free Palestine. Thank you. God bless you.
Incredible. Thank you, Ahmed. It is my deep honor to introduce Ayman Nijam. Ayman is from Gaza. His family lives there. He is one of 7 plaintiffs of the federal genocide case against Biden, Blinken, and Austin for aiding and abetting genocide and complicity in genocide. Please welcome the very, very courageous Ayman Nijam.
Thank you, everyone. Can you hear me? So it really melts my heart to see all of you. I'm representing my own family in Central Gaza Strip. I'm representing all of Gaza Strip. I represent all of Palestine, speaking power, truth to power. So today I'm just gonna focus on our legal case. 4 months ago we filed our federal lawsuit charging Biden, Blinken, and Austin for aiding and abetting genocide and complicity in genocide. So 7 plaintiffs, including myself, worked with the Center for Constitutional Rights to charge them, because we have to do something. This is the least we can do for our indigenous people. We have no other option but to do that. Very important, although actually it was very liberating to be in a federal court. I have never been in a court, and to be in a federal court for the first time was very liberating. Although the judge ultimately dismissed our case, he also had some damning words, finding that it was a plausible case of genocide. a plausible case of genocide, and imploring the U.S. government to cease supporting Israeli assault on Gaza. I'm going to announce today that we are appealing the case. And we are appealing the case, charging Biden with failure in his duty to prevent genocide, according, extremely important, to the International Convention of the definition of prevention and punishment of genocide in 1948. Very important for us. So as someone who was raised and bred in Gaza, I say this is not even a plausible case of genocide. It is the most live-streamed genocide, the most well-substantiated, the most well-corroborated genocide in human history. I myself, I like to go to my personal story. In 2001, my neighbor friend actually lost 4-month-old baby from a target to their house. 4 months baby. We are counting our deaths since the inception of Israel. We have been saying as indigenous people it is apartheid, ethnic cleansing, violence, everything since our birth. Thank you for supporting us in this time. I was planning to speak about cultural, social, medical genocide, but I think you guys are well updated with these things. But just want to say, for just myself as a human being, for the last 120 days, I couldn't even hear my mother's voice, which aches my heart, that she lacks medication. She lacks hypertension medication. For 120 days, I couldn't even call her. That's why I call it not just a legal genocide. It is a social genocide. It is a cultural genocide. It is everything genocide. We have 3 of the oldest church in a human history that have been obliterated. We have tens of mosques. We have every cultural center in Gaza Strip. Al-Umari Mosque. Al-Umari Mosque, one of the most oldest mosques in human history, was obliterated. And I thank you again for being here, for supporting us, for being unswerving, unflagging for social justice and liberation in Palestine. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayman. The next person I'm introducing is one of my closest confidants, my closest partners at the Adala Justice Project. She is the incomparable Sumaya Awad. Biden is inside the Capitol right now, and he's ready to claim that the State of the Union is strong. But we know that the only true depiction of the State of the Union is that of genocide, that of war, of anti-immigrant policies, and of a bloated military budget that is making absolutely no one safe. Biden and his administration, they're sending billions in U.S. tax dollars to support the genocide in Gaza, the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. This is not some far-off struggle that has nothing to do with us here. This is not some far-off struggle across the ocean. This is our struggle. This is the struggle of every single person in the United States. Because our government is enabling this genocide, because our government is funding it, is justifying the ethnic cleansing of millions of people. We're out here representing the majority of Americans who have made it clear time and again in the last 5 months that they demand a ceasefire now. That they demand no more weapons to Israel. The majority of the people in this country want taxpayer dollars invested in life, not in genocide, not in war. And Biden claims to represent the American people. He claims to represent democracy, but that is laughable because the people have spoken. The people have spoken and they're saying, Biden, your legacy is genocide. Your legacy and your administration's legacy is nothing but genocide and war. I'm a proud socialist. And I believe workers have the power to transform society. That workers know solidarity better than almost anyone. And you know who else has spoken in the US? Workers have spoken. They've spoken loud and clear, and they've said that we as workers demand a ceasefire. That the largest unions in the United States, like the AFL-CIO, for example, representing millions of workers, are saying, we demand a ceasefire now. The uncommitted campaigns in Michigan and in Minnesota and other states have made it clear the mass discontent across the U.S. with this government. We cannot lose sight of our goal. Our goal is full, permanent ceasefire and an end to all military funding to Israel. Temporary ceasefire means nothing when 30,000 Palestinians have been murdered, when children are starving to death. Crumbs of humanitarian aid are shameful, absolutely shameful, when the U.S. is funding the bombs raining down on those same Palestinians who are trying to get that food and aid. We are here to call for a permanent ceasefire and an end to all U.S. military funding. We are here to say the state of this country is frankly pitiful. People don't have health care. People are swimming in student debt. Cops are shooting people in the streets. Migrants are dying at our borders, trying to flee conditions that the United States is responsible for. And our government is choosing to fund and enable a genocide. Every single person here and every single person watching this has a role to play in stopping this genocide, has a responsibility to do absolutely everything they can to put an end to U.S. military funding to Israel. And that means we come out in the streets like we are right now. It means we organize and we pressure. It means we organize in our workplaces, on campuses, in our schools, in our children's schools. It means we boycott, we divest, we push for sanctions on Israel until Palestine is free. It has been 152 days of genocide, and we have filled the streets nearly every single day. Because there is absolutely nothing that justifies a genocide. Absolutely nothing that justifies what Israel is doing. And we'll stay in the streets. We'll boycott. We'll disrupt. We'll shut things down until a ceasefire is in place and until the U.S. stops sending bombs that rain on Palestinians and until Palestine is free. Thank you. Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Free, free, free Gaza! Not another nickel, not another dime! No more money for Israel's crimes! Not a penny, not a dollar. No more money for Israel's slaughter. Free, free Palestine. Long live Palestine.
Before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to ask everybody to move into the streets to make room. Follow the direction of our marshals. Our marshals are in the yellow vests. Our police liaisons, who are the only people to communicate with the police tonight, are in the orange vests. So let's make our way into the streets. Take it up.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Not another nickel, not another dime! No more money for Israel's crimes! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! I need you guys louder than that. Biden, Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Biden, Biden, you're a liar! We demand a ceasefire! I'd like you all to join me in welcoming our next speaker, Sydney Weissner, a 35-year veteran of the social justice movement in the U.S. and internationally. She is the executive director of the Grassroots Global Justice Alliance and Grassroots Global Justice Action Fund. She helped co-found the Climate Justice Alliance and the Rising Majority and many other movement organizations nationally and internationally. Please give her a round of applause. Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! What's up, DMV? DMV is in the house. Let's make some noise for all the people who are joining on the live stream. Thousands of people are watching us, hearing us. The People's State of the Union. I also want to thank Billy, who is doing, we believe in multilingual justice. And I am also going to say these words in Spanish because that's what our movement is. It's a movement that includes all of our voices. So give it up for Billy. We love you, Billy. So the Biden administration's legacy is genocide. And in that grief and in that rage, we are rejecting it. It is 152 days, and we are here to give a diagnosis of the fate of this union. The fate of this country if our government continues to send billions of our tax dollars to buy weapons that are destroying homes, that are making children starve to death, that are creating decades of the long task of rebuilding. The current trajectory of genocide of the Palestinian people is in our name. And we are saying here on the streets of DC, in the streets from everywhere, not only here, but all over the world, not in our name. Not in our name. The majority of Americans, the majority of the world does not stand with genocide. And we are here to say, as the Free Palestine movement, that we will not back down until there is a permanent ceasefire, until the military funding is cut to Israel, until reparations are made to everyone who has been impacted by U.S. imperialism, including to black community in this country and indigenous peoples in this territory. We know that it's not complicated, right? Gaza must be liberated, right? We know that money should be invested. You're hearing it in the streets. You're hearing it from the stage. That we must invest in life, affordable housing, childcare, living wage jobs, healthy food, healthcare, a robust education. These are all components of what we call a feminist economy. It's what we need to be fighting for. That is our demand. We have a different vision for this world. And we know that we have choices, because what happens in this country will set the course of history. The fate of humanity is either more death or destruction, isolation and despair, or we can have a future of peace, interdependence, and eco-dependence. It's our duty to be in solidarity with our international brothers and sisters and siblings. We must continue to vote uncommitted. We must continue to build united fronts to demand a ceasefire in our cities, in our states, in our territories, on tribal lands, to Congress. Continue taking action in our workplaces, in our schools, in our organizations, in our places of worship, in our families. This movement is growing, and we know that it's about divesting from harm and investing in life. And we believe we deserve, our people, this planet deserves, we all deserve, Palestinians deserve a different now and a more just future. So I'm going to say just a little bit of what I just said in Spanish so that we can actually be all talking to our people. El legado de esta administración de Biden es el genocidio, y nuestro dolor y rabia lo rechazamos. A 150 días estamos aquí dando nuestras voces, ¿verdad? Del destino de este país, que básicamente este gobierno que tiene que parar, el que esté mandando ayuda militar y financiera a Israel. Porque eso está destruyendo la vivienda del pueblo palestino. Está haciendo que la gente se esté muriendo del hambre. Se está haciendo que va a tener décadas de reconstruir sus pueblos, su territorio, su país, su nación. Mayoría de nosotros, el mundo básicamente está diciendo no al genocidio. Estamos diciendo que debe de haber un alto al fuego. Digamos alto al fuego. Y tenemos que cortar la ayuda militar a Israel. Tenemos que dar reparaciones, no solamente para los pueblos palestinos, pero para las comunidades negras y los pueblos indígenas de este mundo y todos los pueblos y naciones que han sido impactados por el imperialismo de los Estados Unidos. Nosotros estamos aquí diciendo que esta noche el curso de historia está en nuestras manos. Está en las manos de los pueblos que están luchando. Que la humanidad, el futuro de la humanidad, del planeta, es en nosotros. Continuemos organizándonos en las escuelas, en nuestras comunidades, en nuestros lugares de trabajo, en nuestras universidades, donde rezamos, donde jugamos. Y ese es el mensaje. Vamos a continuar en desinvertir del daño, de la muerte, el proyecto de la muerte de este sistema, y apostamos a un futuro donde ponemos la vida primero. ¡Viva, viva Palestina! ¡Viva, viva Palestina! ¡Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina!
Let's give Cindy another round of applause. I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Setare Gandehari. is a longtime organizer and activist who has been a part of social justice movements for over 2 decades. She is currently the advocacy director at Detention Watch Network, where she fights alongside DWN members for a world without immigration detention, where everyone has the freedom to move and thrive. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hello. Hi, can you guys hear me? Now, yes, okay. My name is Setare, and I'm here today on behalf of Detention Watch Network, a national coalition building power to abolish immigration detention in the United States. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little shook up by what happened earlier, but I am so honored today to be here alongside our Palestinian siblings and allied movements to demand an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza and an end to the occupation of Palestine. While Biden stands in front of the American public, glossing over his complicity, his responsibility in a genocidal campaign, we are here together at the People's State of the Union to speak truth to power. We condemn the administration for providing its full support in rhetoric, in money, in weapons for the Israeli government's unfolding genocide in Gaza, while simultaneously co-signing a brazen right-wing agenda on immigration. We will not accept the dehumanization of people abroad or at home. Full stop. We know that U.S. meddling and support of fascist governments around the world impacts global migration. And throwing salt in this wound, Biden has increasingly taken an anti-immigrant posture, doing everything in his power to close off the border to people seeking safety and opportunity in the U.S. Detaining more and more people in a horrific immigration detention system that should not exist, yet has grown under this administration, and deporting more and more people to unsafe conditions. Biden's attempts to fuse funding for ICE and CBP, violent policing agencies that target migrant communities, with the funding of the State of Israel's collective punishment on the people of Gaza is a stark reminder that the fight for freedom and dignity does not take place in silos. Our collective future is at risk. At DWN, we are clear on the connections between our communities, between what is going on in Gaza and what happens at our borders and in our immigration enforcement system. From abusive detention centers to open-air prisons, checkpoints, surveillance, abusive policing, our fights are linked. The Israeli government uses Gaza as a laboratory for surveillance and military technology that they then export to governments around the world, including in the US, where Border Patrol regularly uses technology developed by the Israeli government in this way to surveil migrants and US citizens. We are tired of the US government spending billions of dollars on a death-making apparatus to propel war, genocide, and militarism while failing to address the dire needs of our communities. Instead of investing in healthcare, housing, education, Biden and elected officials are sending money to weapons manufacturers, private prison and surveillance companies, and militaries, both our own and foreign. Those are our tax dollars used to kill Palestinians in Gaza and enact violence against immigrants and people seeking asylum in the US. A genuine, healthy democracy would invest in people's needs, not genocide and anti-immigrant violence. Our common humanity requires that we come together and demand an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza to support freedom and dignity for the people of Palestine and for people to have the freedom to move and thrive wherever they are born. From Palestine to Mexico, all the walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico, all the walls have got to go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Detention Watch. Thank you, Satara. We know that 95% of the housing in Gaza has been destroyed in the last 152 days. And at the same time that the US government has money to destroy homes in Palestine, it doesn't have the money for affordable housing in this country. I want you to join me in welcoming two housing advocates with the Center for Popular Democracy. Fari Ghanem is an artist, activist, and native Washingtonian. She is a multi-generational caregiver of differently abled adults and children with co-occurring disabilities. She runs an organization called Spaces in Action. And in that role, she has stepped into her power. She is joined by the National Organizing Manager at the Center for Popular Democracy, focusing on housing justice, Liliana Rivera Bayman. These two women are going to talk to you about housing justice. Here they are.
Jambo Buana! Jambo! And I acknowledge your presence on the unceded land of the Anacostan, the Pamunkey, and the Piscataway Indians, because it is far time that we peaceably share and care for this land with those tribes. Ashe? No ceasefire! No ceasefire! No peace! No ceasefire! No ceasefire! I said no ceasefire! No ceasefire! No ceasefire! We woke up this morning to America's failure to take care of its vulnerable patriots, families, its faithful custodians, and its dedicated stewards of this land and the land of Palestine. President Biden, we are still fighting for person-centered politics. We are still waiting for person-centered politics. Standing on the shoulders and backs of our ancestors, fighting the same damn fights. Pleading for social and economic dignity and justice, pleading for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in America and abroad, pleading that you divest in genocide, militarism, and war, and invest in life and peace. It's Women's History Month, and like Fannie Lou Hamer, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So what is the State of the Union? For many of our brothers and sisters, the State of the Union is in the grip of homelessness, in being environmentally insecure, living through the colliding nightmares of the climate crisis and the housing crisis. But Joe Biden, you can house everyone. We need permanent and affordable housing for the low-income American citizens. We need housing that is not produced by the for-profit sector. We need housing under public ownership and democracy, and cannot ever be sold for profit. We need energy efficient and disaster resilient housing produced through sustainable restoration, renovation, and construction. Genocide Joe? Genocide Joe? But before you go, prioritize those most in need. Not billionaires, not the free market, not landlords that put people over profit, and certainly not oil companies. But house everyone. Because corporate landlords and Wall Street investors are driving our housing emergency. Corporate control over housing is expanding, and they keep jacking up the fucking rent and evicting our families. House everyone with green housing, affordable, safe, therapeutic, transitional, and permanent housing. We need visionary and massive federal funding to house everyone.
Wow. Oh, wow. I love her. She's incredible. I get to work with her. All right. I'm short. All right. So I don't even know how to follow that because Fari is incredible. But I will say that the housing crisis, because we are in a housing crisis, I don't care what you hear, what you see, what folks are telling you. We all know that our communities cannot continue with the rent prices the way they are. Our communities are being displaced. Our communities are being evicted. Our communities are being pushed out through gentrification. And guess what? The same is happening in Palestine. The communities in Palestine are dealing with mass evictions. And it is the same forces, the same people that are doing that to our communities and the communities of Palestine. So when someone tells you that this is not connected, that they are abroad, that we are here, remember, they are mass evicting us. They are mass evicting Palestinians every day in the name of the US of A. So just keep that in mind when someone is telling us that these issues are not connected. Thank you. The U.S. government and the aid that they are providing Israel has done more than 360,000. They have destroyed 360,000 Palestine homes. More than 70% of the housing units in Gaza. That is unacceptable. And we are asking, we are demanding for them to permanently cease fire and invest in our communities for safe, green, affordable housing. Like Fari said, it's time to house everyone. Thank you. We want justice. You say how? And the siege on and the siege on Gaza now. We want justice. You say
You say genocide. You say ceasefire. What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it? I said, when do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, I said, what do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, 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 if we don't get it.
All right, Fari, stepping into her power. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you E.K. Hoffman. E.K. is a disabled, trans, Jewish activist from the South, representing New Disabled South, a regional organization fighting for disability rights and disability justice across 14 states in the U.S. In holding ableist actors accountable, New Disabled South is dedicated to transformative change for disabled people in our lifetimes. Welcome, EK.
Good evening. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for having me. But also, I'm E.K. Hoffman. I use they, them, or ze here pronouns. And I serve as the senior policy advisor at New Disabled South. And I'm grateful for this moment, this beautiful opportunity to share our collective solidarity with the people of Palestine. We dare to dream of a world where every life is valued. We not only dream of an end to the Biden administration's genocidal campaign against Palestinians, we demand it. As disabled people, we know far too well what it means to be seen as disposable. Right now in the US and right now in Palestine. As Leah Lakshmi Piepsna Samarasina wrote, Palestine is disabled. Whether disabled as in over 1,000 Palestinian children with new amputations since the war began, genocide, or the hundreds of thousands of people dealing with starvation and infectious diseases due to Israel's US-backed blockades of water and food. Or disabled like Yazan Al-Kaferna, a 10-year-old boy with cerebral palsy who died of starvation in Rafah this week because Israel, backed by the US, blockaded the food that he needed to survive. Thank you. And I also think that I would like if we could have like 30 seconds to just sit and think about the loss of that. Is that okay? Okay. 1 second per 1,000 people who have died so far. Thank you. So, as we sit and feel our rage at the injustice of all of this death, I I want to claim the fact that disabled people, we know what happens in emergencies. Our community grows, and people in power think no one will care if we die. But we care. Yeah. We demand the Biden administration stop paying for bombs, stop disabling and starving children, stop disabling civilians, stop falsely promising aid while halting funds, and vetoing ceasefire resolutions. A majority of voters across the U.S. want a ceasefire. We want peace. And yet, the Biden administration uses our tax dollars to fund genocide while saying that we can't afford to support folks struggling here in the U.S. President Biden wants $100 billion for genocide, weapons, and war. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., disabled people are in a care crisis, a food crisis, a housing crisis, and every day we're told the U.S. can't afford to help. Yet funding this genocide is Biden's priority? $100 billion could fund transformative programs for all of us. And in this moment of collective solidarity, we push for collective liberation. Disability justice movement leaders, since invalid, named the necessity that liberation be a collective action, stating no body or mind can be left behind. Only moving together can we accomplish the revolution we require. The reality is, we ain't free till we're all free, y'all. And none of us are alone in this fight. And to President Biden, will your legacy be one of life or death? We need a permanent ceasefire now. Free Palestine. Thank you.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! From the belly of the beast! From the belly of the beast! Hands off the Middle East! Hands off the Middle East! From the belly of the beast! From the belly of the beast! Hands off the Middle East! Hands off the Middle East! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Lift the siege on Gaza now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? End the occupation now! End the occupation now! End the occupation now! Hands off Gaza now! Hands off Rafah now! Biden, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Blinken, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Free, free Gaza. Long live Gaza. I'd like you all to introduce our next speaker, Miss Lucy Murphy. If you are a DC native, you know who Miss Lucy Murphy is. She is an organizer native to DC, and she organizes with the DC Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression, Claudia Jones School for Political Education, and is the founder and director of the Black Workers Center Chorus. Miss Lucy will also be joined by our very own Harriet's Wildest Dreams. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Do we got you right here? Oh, y'all are, oh. We got you right here. And I'm going to ask Frankie to lead us off here.
I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. Again, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. Woke up this morning with my mind. Say where? Come on, y'all. On ceasefire. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. Free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine.
Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
If you think of the Middle East in this modern time, you can't help but say the word Palestine. People there have lost their land. Some have lost their home. They live in other countries. Their freedom almost gone. Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
There seems to be no answer to give us the reason why people cannot live, so no one has to die. We've got to take a stand for freedom, take a stand for truth, take a stand for justice. That's what we've got to do, 'cause Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
People of all countries, of every race and creed, we need a new beginning. Let us plant the seed. Plant the seed of love and let that love seed grow. Plant the seed for everyone so all the world will know that Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs our love.
Needs our love.
Palestine,
Palestine
needs her freedom.
Needs her freedom.
Palestine, needs our love.
Needs our love.
Yes. Thank you.
If you guys wanted to do some chants, y'all, we can do it. Y'all want chants? Do we want to chant? I'm going based off your energy. Do you guys want to chant? All right, we can chant. Free, free Palestine. Long live Palestine! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a conflict, not a war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Gaza we will liberate. Gaza we will liberate. I'd like you all to join me in welcoming our next speaker, Beth Miller. Beth Miller is a political director with Jewish Voice for Peace Action. She helps lead the organization's congressional advocacy and believes deeply in our power as a grassroots movement to change policy and end U.S. complicity in Israeli apartheid.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight. It's cold, it's dark, and you all are filling everywhere that I can see right now. 30,000 people have been killed over the last 5 months. That's 30,000 lives, each an entire world, an entire universe. Each person who died, who was killed by bombs funded by our government. Every single thing that is happening in Gaza right now, the starvation of children, the flattening of entire neighborhoods, of schools, of mosques, of marketplaces, it's funded by Joe Biden and our government. Right now, and for the last 5 months, we have had a government that is actively backing and cheering on a genocide. And it's via weapon sales, it's via $14 billion.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea, Palestina will be free! From the sea to the river.
want more people. We want our land. We want our people in the immigration system to be able to be having living conditions that are dignified. We want our families to have dignified living. And we say, not in our name. 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 And when people in Palestine across the world are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. 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 What do we do? Stand up, fight back.
100 people blocking Constitution Avenue.
With violence and the millions of dollars of the corporate
Keep going. Turn your sirens on. Keep it going.
And we say, no more. No more. No more. No more.
Jennifer with the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights and we're live in Washington, D.C. with hundreds of pro-Palestinian
That is the power
of the street, killed off poverty, killed by the same system that is killing Palestinians.
On Biden's route to the State of the Union, demanding that he stop harming Israel.
Enough is enough. 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 Money for dignity, not for killing. Money for dignity. 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 Not for killing. Money for people. Not for killing. Money for people. Not for killing. Money for people. Not for killing. Invest in our lives. We want to invest in the living. We're sick and tired to have to see millions of dollars spent day after day killing children. But it's not even just the children that are being killed. It's the violence and trauma that is being inflicted in every single one of us. Because believe me, all of us are tired of going to bed thinking that we are putting the tax dollars that are killing people across the country because of the U.S. war machine. And we are done! We are done! The state of the people is that the people say no more wars! No more war! No more war! No more war! No more war! But to be particular, we find ourselves in a phase of war. The beginning of a genocide that everyone thought, oh, it's crazy that people in Israel today and back then in Germany are supporting this, right? Well, they didn't do enough and the Holocaust fucking happened. And let me tell you, that is a shame and a direct product of what this country has been doing. And they think that they're gonna do it again. And we say, not in our name! 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 What Joe Biden and the Democratic Party and every one of the people in government right now are doing is shameful, it's cowardly, and it is not representative of the people that are in this country. They have made it incredibly difficult to represent our voices.
If you're just joining,
you want to know what voices they represent? The corporation, not us. And we say no more.
This is Jennifer Falcon for U.S. Campaign.
Not in our name. Not in our name. Not in our name.
We're here in D.C. where hundreds of people have blocked Joe Biden route to the State of the Union, demanding that he stop arming Israel.
To kill people in the West Bank and in Palestine. We say, not in our name.
And demand a permanent immediate ceasefire now.
Not in our name. Not in our name. When I say Joe, you say, what is it? Genocide. Genocide! 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 It is very clear that if Joe wants people to even pay attention to him, he needs to stop this and he needs to stop acting like he doesn't know what he's doing. He clearly knows what he's doing. He knows where he's sending money. I wonder how he goes to bed at night with all the people that he's killing here and abroad. The children that he's killing, not killing just the bodies. He's killing the souls of hundreds and hundreds of people. And we know that they want us to feel scared. But we're not scared. We're courageous. We're gonna fight. So when our communities are under attack, what do we do? When Palestine is under attack, what do we do? When Palestine is under attack, what do we do? 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 Raise your hands here if someone in your family died in COVID.
You can see
Raise your hands here if you
Provide police are now also blocking off the street.
Raise your hands here if for the last 3 months you have felt terrorized every time you go to bed. Raise your hand if for the last 20 years or years that you've been on Earth, you have not felt represented. They call them studies. But the reality is that you can ask those questions over and over and over and over and over again in rooms after rooms after rooms after rooms. And you know who has had the power to do something about it but has done nothing about it? The US government. And we are saying, enough. We're done. So, repeat after me. It's not about where we live. It's not
But I do think he's worried. As shitty as it is, voting uncommitted does mean something to someone like him. And young people protesting and being angry with him matters to him. And I think we have to keep cracking the earth. That in a lot of ways, it is not my place to be helpless in this moment. It is not my place to be saddened or hopeless. That the only place I should be at is in moments like this, at rallies like this. And I am so glad to be here with you. And so in this moment, I ask you to keep dreaming, to keep turning out, to keep signing up, to do that yet another phone call to your shitty congressperson, even though it might not mean that much. Who knows? All I know is we get to decide who we are in this world. And I am so glad to be here with you fighting for a future where Gaza is free, where Palestine has a bright future. And I was told that I only have 3 minutes, and I have a sneaking fear that I've maybe crossed it. So I'm going to wrap soon. Okay, I got a yup behind me. So I think I want to close again with that chant. And I want to ask you to keep showing up for a Green New Deal, for a free Gaza, for the end of capitalism, for the beginning of a bright and beautiful socialistic world. And so this time, when we do the Free Palestine chant, I want you to do it as if we've already won. All right? And I want to see it in your bodies, whatever that looks like. So, free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Thank you for your time.
Okay, let's keep the energy high for Palestine. We're gonna do a very special chant. This is the chant of return. I will list out the cities of Palestine that we will return to. And I want you to respond with, I am returning, in Arabic. So let's try it. Raja! 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 راجع أنا راجع راجع على عكا وحيفا على صفد ويافا على اللد والرملة أنا راجع راجع عجنين ونابلس على القدس ورام الله أنا راجع راجع على أرض بلادي على أرض بلادي على أرض بلادي أنا راجع غزة أنا راجع غزة أنا راجع غزة على عكا وحيفا على صفد ويافا على اللد والرملة أنا راجع راجع عجنين ونابلس على القدس ورام الله أنا راجع راجع على أرض بلادي على أرض بلادي على أرض بلادي أنا راجع راجع. Thank you everyone. Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Our program is shortly coming to an end, and I'd like you guys to join us in welcoming someone from the Ceasefire Choir, Robin Banerjee, who is a member of the Ceasefire Choir and an experienced song leader from the New Synagogue Project in Washington, D.C.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. We will never let you die. We will never let you die. Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. Gaza, don't you cry. We will never let you die. We will never let you die. My friends, if you asked me 5 months ago, on October 7th, 2023, what I would be doing for the State of the Union this year, I think I have to be honest, I don't know if I could tell you. And I certainly would not guess spending time in the shadow of the White House with 1,000 of my closest friends. So now let me ask you, what brings you here today? Each one of us have our own story, and I want to tell you mine. For me, I am here today because I am descended from the ones who, when faced with fascism, colonialism, white supremacy, and patriarchy, for as Brother Rafiki reminded us, all our struggles are connected. They refused to roll over and die. They fought back. And in the continued spirit of language justice, আমি আজকে দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে আমাদের বাঙালি বন্ধুরা আছে স্বাধীন ফিলিস্তিন. I see our Bengali friends are with us tonight. So I'd like to teach you a song tonight, a song of resilience and survival. I learned this song from Mary Hooks of the Movement for Black Lives, who learned it from In the Name of Tafara Muhammad, and today I pass it to you. Will you sing it with me? All right, repeat after me. We are the children of the ones who did not die. We are the children of the ones who did not die. And we are...
Years too fucking long. It may be a genocide that's been happening for the last 5 months, but believe me, it's been 75 years of ethnic cleansing on a slow burn, and this is the moment where they're trying to finish it, and we will say no, not in our name, not in our name. 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 Growing up abroad, especially in the Middle East, we're told a story. We're given a fairy tale, if you will, about the great democracy of America. the great freedoms of the Western world. We're sold this fucking fairy tale, and let me tell you, it's a complete lie. I go to Congress every day and I look the people who represent us in the eye, and these people
This is
are
the U.S.
racist.
campaign for
These
Palestinian
people
rights.
are fascist. These
We're
people
live in
have
Washington,
no
D.C.,
regard for the
where
common American individual. I can promise you that.
Palestinian Americans,
I don't want to
Palestinians,
drop
and their allies have
I don't want
shut
to
down the street
talk about
in front
one
of the
instance
Capitol,
or another, or my own cousins who have died.
blocking Joe
I don't want to
Biden
talk
from
about any of that, because you can
making
go
it to
and you
give
can
his
see
State
it,
of the
and you
Union
can see it
address.
every goddamn day live, and you can get hourly updates even with new videos and new atrocities, with people coming from every type of NGO, every type of humanitarian organization saying we've never seen anything like this before. People who have gone to conflict zones, people who have witnessed genocide before say we have seen nothing like this before. And if I showed you the chats that I received from my own cousins, they say the videos and the pictures don't even do it justice. The absolute horror that Israel, the Zionist state, has done to my people. It's a shameful, shameful thing. Shame! 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 I'll end it with this. We have us, and hopefully our numbers keep on growing and we keep on fighting. I can't tell you how happy I am. I remember the day October 7th happened. I had a feeling in my mind that everything is about to fucking change. And it will. And we will keep fighting. 5 months later, we're here and we're gonna keep fighting. And we're gonna keep fighting until liberation. And we're gonna keep fighting until people in Palestine are free, and people in all occupied nations, in the Congo, everywhere. There has to be an end to this U.S. war machine, to this imperial empire. There has to be an end. There has to be an end to what's happening to my people in Gaza. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Thank you so much. Free Palestine. I just want one chant I really love, because I personally am from Gaza. If you're an Arabic speaker, please be loud here. Gaza, Gaza, أرض العزة. غزة غزة أرض العزة. غزة غزة أرض العزة. Thank you so much. Free Palestine.
I stand here before you as a product of a refugee 75 years ago. And I cannot believe that we are still here today. Another Nakba, another catastrophe bigger than the first one. 75 years ago, my father fled with his family thinking he'll go back, and he never went back. And today, I cannot believe we are still in the same place. This is outrageous. And everybody, as Montez knows, we know the numbers. 13,000 plus children dead. 35,000 people dead. 100,000 dead and wounded. These numbers should be unacceptable for everybody. We have demands. Genocide, Joe, we have demands and you need to listen to them. Our demands are permanent ceasefire now! Permanent ceasefire now! End all aid to Israel. Our tax dollars are better spent here where we need them. We need to end this now. If you were to win your election, you need to support this, and we need to end the occupation now. That's right. End the occupation now.
I'm here tonight representing Grassroots Global Justice, which is an alliance of over 60 organizations working across the country to end an economy of war, of climate change, of fossil fuels, and transition to a just economy based on jobs and dignity and rights for migrants. I'm here as a survivor of the genocide My ancestors
You
survived
see
the
that
genocide,
they're
so I can be here with you
bringing
tonight.
buses in to begin
I'm
arrests.
here as one of 70% of U.S. Americans who know that we are complicit in the genocide in Gaza. I'm here because this is not
If
the
you're
night
just
of the
tuning
State of
in,
the
this
Union,
is
because we are not
Jen
unified.
with
The
USCPL,
majority of
and we are
Americans,
live
almost
in
70%,
Washington, D.C., where
understand that
hundreds
our role in history under this
of
administration
allies are
will be
standing with
written
our
in blood.
Palestinian
That our
relatives,
president joins
blocking
the
Biden
pantheon of
from
presidents
attending
who
the
say
State of the
nothing
Union
for the
address,
people who look like me, who say
demanding that the
nothing for the
U.S. stop
dignity of
arming
regular
Israel
people who live in occupied land on the so-called state of
and end
Israel.
the genocide in Gaza,
The
the
shame of
violence in
our
the West Bank,
support, the shame of the
declare a
greed
ceasefire
that
now.
we are actually engaged in right now, the shame of those
We are
people who
demanding
are
our
sitting
tax
up
dollars not
at
be
the
used
Capitol
to fund
building
genocide
while
and
they
send
invest their
tons of
dollars in
bombs
policing
to
us
Gaza,
and policing people across the globe
and our
so
tax
they can become
dollars go
wealthy
back
on
into
our
our
backs.
communities
And I'm here tonight
who are
because
suffering
Palestine deserves to be free.
while we fund an illegal
Palestine deserves to be
Zionist
free.
state that is
We know because we
occupying
also live on occupied
the
land.
people of Palestine.
And we know because our tax dollars are being used to fuel blood. Our history is spongy with the blood of the murder of colonies, of people, of countries, of languages. We say no more. We say no more. We can stand here because Palestinians are so strong and so resolute, and they tell us what we need from you is to bear witness. What we need from you is to shut down your streets. What we need from you is to refuse to be silent and silenced. We want our tax dollars to be spent to rebuild a country, Palestine, which we have destroyed for almost 50 years. We need our tax dollars to be spent to rebuild Palestine with Palestinian people at the forefront. We reject Biden's desire to build ports, which will only enrich weapons manufacturers. We want real liberation for the Palestinian people, rooted in Palestinian not in our name, not another dollar, not another dollar, not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. We demand that you free Palestine. We demand you free Palestine. Y'all want more change? Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. We want a free Palestine. We want a free Palestine. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. Palestinians deserve a free Palestine. Palestinians deserve a free Palestine. Not another nickel, not another dime. Not another nickel, not another dime. We will not move. We'll be here. We will be here. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Let's do it again! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
My name is Huwaida Araf. I am a Palestinian American. And I am so incredibly honored to be standing here with each and every one of you. Look at us. Look at us across the country. We are here. We are the people. All different ethnicities from different states, different religions coming together to call for justice, to call for equality, to call for an not represent. We represent the ideals that this country claims to stand for. And we will not stop. We will not stop until they are realized. Look at us. We have the power because we know that while Joe Biden will stand in front of millions of people and gaslight the American people, talking about the state of the union being prosperous and being well, we know what our state of the union is. The state of the union is genocide. The state of the union is militarism, is war, is thousands and thousands of dead children. Shame! Shame! We are here to say that we are not going to accept this. We are not going to accept a president who claims to be fighting for democracy while ignoring the majority of the people that he represents, who have for months been calling for ceasefire. Ceasefire! Not only Democrats, across the board, people have been demanding a ceasefire, and the president, who claims to be fighting to save our democracy, is ignoring the will of the people. Shame! 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 We do not accept that our state of the union is genocide. We do not accept that our tax dollars are going to fund a genocide when the highest court in the world said that it is plausible Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Biden goes and sends more weapons. Shame! 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 We will not stand for it, and we know it's not only the last 5 months. We know that this has been going on for over 75 years. We know that it's not just in Gaza. I just came back from the West Bank. I just came back from 48 territories. Israel is not a democracy. People can't speak, are terrified. The Israeli government has armed Jewish Israelis who are walking around with weapons and threatening people, and know that they can kill Palestinians with total impunity, not just in Gaza. In Jerusalem, in the West Bank, and they are not penalized for it. And the fact that this country, for decades, has protected Israel, that is what has led us to where we are today, a full-blown genocide that is being live streamed by people thinking that somebody has to stop this. We will. The people will. We the people will. And though we might get tired, though we might sometimes feel demoralized, though sometimes we can't find the words because for months we have seen the most horrific images, things that no one should ever see, much less live. It continues. It continues. And we are thinking, what more is there to say?
Testing.
But we must say it because the people who are live streaming their own genocide are depending on us, and we won't let them down. Ceasefire now! 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 When I say genocide, you say Joe! Genocide!
When I say genocide, you say Joe. Genocide. 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 The state of the union, we know what it is. As you said before, it is genocide. It is genocide.
For everybody just joining us, this is Jen with USCPR, and we are live in Washington, D.C. as hundreds
dropping aid when he is
of
dropping
allies
bombs on the people of Gaza.
joined our Palestinian team in blocking the road.
Genocide! 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 Genocide!
Biden's motorcade so that he cannot attend the State of the Union.
You say stop the killing!
We are
Stop the
demanding
bomb!
respect.
Stop the bomb! Stop the bomb! Stop the killing! Stop the killing! Stop the bomb! Stop the killing! Stop the bomb! Stop the killing! I am one of hundreds of thousands of anti-Zionist Jews.
The police are getting ready for arrest. About 300 people here will block the streets. Make sure that Joe Biden doesn't speak tonight. Past 5 months, we've seen
they're setting security.
some of the biggest protests and marches in U.S. history, including Texas, the U.S. The 5 months people have endured for the people of Gaza and the West Bank.
Yeah.
Demanding an end to the U.S.-funded genocide.
U.S. military funding to Israel.
We'll keep showing up for a free Palestine.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
It was Bayard Rustin who said, "Our bodies are the only tool we have, and we must use them to stop wheels from turning." And tonight, hundreds of people are using their bodies to make sure Joe Biden can't tell any more of his genocidal lies. We know that while he's airdropping one delivery of aid to the people of Gaza, he has sent over 36 tons of bombs. The U.S. is the perpetrator of genocide.
Stop arming Israel! 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 Arming Israel! Stop arming Israel! Genocide! We charge you with genocide! Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Biden, you can't hide! Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Biden, you can't hide!
This is the largest State of the Union protest.
We charge you with genocide! Biden, you can't hide!
It's clear that
We charge you with genocide!
we're not backing down.
We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Stop funding Israel! Stop arming Israel! Stop funding Israel! Stop arming Israel! Stop funding Israel! Stop arming Israel! Stop funding
We'll be back soon as the rest start.
Free, free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
He can hide in the Capitol like he does. He can't hide from his legacy of genocide. That legacy will haunt the rest of his life. And that legacy will haunt every single representative in that building. He is not just silent, he is complicit.
Copy.
You're just tuning in. This is the United States Campaign for Palestinian Rights, and we're live.
Is genocide and war and repression. The state of the union is that there's no health care. The state of the union is that migrants are being killed trying to flee from conditions that the U.S. created in the first place.
Joe Biden.
The state of the union is a
Motorcade
bloated
route to the
military
State of the
budget.
Union,
That is what we should be talking about.
demanding a ceasefire
The
now
state of the
and the
union
U.S.
is
stop
frankly
arming
pitiful.
Israel.
And that's also why we're in the streets today. To say we should invest in life, not war. To say we should invest in healthcare and education, not war and genocide. And to make it clear that the Palestinian struggle is not a struggle for Palestinians alone. The Palestinian struggle is the struggle of every single American because it has everything to do with our lives. It has everything to do with our daily struggles here. And that's why we're out here. We're out here because no one is made safer by this military budget. No one is made safer by sending bombs to Israel. And we're out here to say, shame on this government. Shame! Shame for dropping parcels of food and aid while raining down on Palestinians. Shame! And we're not going to stop. We all know where we're going next after this. We know what protest we're going to next. We know what meeting we're organizing. Hell yeah! And our message to every single person in this country and frankly around the world is that we all have a responsibility to fight against this genocide. We all have a responsibility to stand with Palestinians. Woo! From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river
to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever. Within our lifetime, we will free Palestine. We will free Palestine. Within our lifetime. Within our lifetime, we will free Palestine. We will free Palestine. Within our lifetime. Within our lifetime. The people will never be defeated. The people united 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 will never be defeated.
I'm here tonight representing CAB, Organizing Asian Communities in New York City. Which is ostensibly very far away from here. That means that I work with working class Asian immigrants every day who are fighting tooth and nail to stop them from being displaced and gentrified out of their homes. On the surface, that feels like a very different fight. But when we asked hundreds of members whether we should be here today, the answer was
If you're just joining, this is the United States Campaign for Palestinian Rights, and we're live in Washington, D.C., where hundreds of activists and abolitionists have shut down Joe Biden's motorcade route on the way to the State of the Union demanding a permanent ceasefire and that the U.S. stop arming Israel. See that hundreds of people are blocking the road, and police are now showing up with vans threatening to make arrests. But I think we've seen for the past 5 months that we will endure the people of Palestine.
our people deserve funding, that we deserve housing, that we deserve healthcare, that we deserve education, that our military is not under all our money.
No,
Tonight, so Biden is ignoring the thing that Americans actually united around. We do not believe in this genocide. We do not believe in this genocide.
yeah, I could like everything.
brethren, here in Washington, D.C., and I just got back from Palestine 2 days ago as part of a Christian delegation, a Christian solidarity delegation. There are Christians in Palestine. Many people forget that. But some of the Christians in Palestine called us and they said, we feel alone. We feel forgotten. Come. And so in our trip, we spent 5 days listening with Christians, with Muslims, with Jews across the West Bank and in East Jerusalem, hearing about how life has changed after October 7th. Everything has changed and almost nothing has changed, sometimes people said. But everything has gotten so much harder. More roadblocks, restrictions of movement. People can't go to work. People are suffering. Children being terrorized at night through raids in houses, children arrested, held in administrative detention. These are hostages. These are another type of hostage. I want all hostages free. And we heard from peacemakers, from nonviolent activists, human rights activists, including one in Hebron who was kidnapped by the Israeli government after October 7th and beaten and shamed. Speaking out for human rights. What are you afraid of, Israel? But we see you. People see you. And so we will not stop and not speak out against illegal settlements, which are illegal under international law, and our government does nothing. We will not stop speaking out against detention. We will not stop speaking out against homes stolen, people stealing, ripping up olive groves. We will not stop. Shame. Our government is acquiescing against this. So I speak on behalf of many Christian leaders to say, we speak out against this in our faith. We say, stand up for those in Gaza, for those in the West Bank who are under oppression.
occupation. Down, down with occupation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with occupation. Down with occupation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with occupation. Down with occupation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with occupation. Down with occupation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with occupation. Down with occupation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation. Down with occupation. Down with occupation.
For everybody just coming in, this is the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights. We're here live, Washington, D.C., where hundreds of folks have shut down the route that Biden will take to give his State of the Union, demanding that the U.S. stop funding arms Israel with our tax dollars and demands a ceasefire now. We know that although there was one aid drop, Biden has sent 36 tons of bombs into Gaza. The U.S. is committing genocide against the people of Palestine. People want a ceasefire. Biden, you're a liar. People want a ceasefire. People want a ceasefire. You can see that police brought more vans in. They don't have enough to make arrests. This is the largest State of the Union protest we've seen. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Will be free. Palestine will be free. Just a minute. The genocide. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. The genocide. Free, free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. Free,
free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Stop the genocide.
Stop the genocide.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Stop the genocide.
Stop the genocide.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Stop the genocide.
Stop the genocide.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Stop the genocide.
Stop the genocide.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Stop the genocide.
Stop the genocide.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Let Gaza live. 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 Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live.
Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina!
Viva, viva Palestina!
El pueblo le dice no al genocidio de nuestros compañeros, compañeras, compañeros palestinas. Le decimos no a la masacre de la gente, de los niños, de las niñas. Estamos aquí en solidaridad con el pueblo palestino. ¡Que viva Palestina! Estamos aquí diciéndole al presidente Biden que básicamente dígale alto al genocidio. ¡Alto al genocidio! Que pare esta guerra al pueblo palestino. ¡Para la guerra! No en nuestro nombre. No en nuestro nombre. No en nuestro nombre. No en nuestro nombre. No solamente la gente de los Estados Unidos está en contra de este genocidio, pero los pueblos de todo el mundo están demandando un alto al genocidio del pueblo palestino. We are here to say ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. We need President Joe Biden to divest from this militarized budget, this budget that is killing people in Palestine, around the world, in the Sudan, in the Congo, in Venezuela, in the Americas, here in our own communities. What's happening to black communities, to indigenous communities, to migrants on the border. We are saying no to a militarized budget, no to the budget that is basically in our name, with billions of dollars, our tax dollars going to that. We are saying yes to life. We are saying yes to investing in our communities. We are saying yes to dignity and yes to Palestinians being free. So when we say, President Biden, you're a liar. President Biden, you're a liar. What's the second part? President Biden, you're a liar. We demand a ceasefire.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
Whoa, damn, this is preposterous. Open air prison tip with clouds of white phosphorus. The rocket took his father, the shrapnel had hit his sister, Big Brother became a martyr to fight up unwanted visitors. And you know where we stand. Resist. Respect that instance. You ain't getting hidden. If you were, I'm sure you probably think the opposite. In fact, you know what? I'm pretty positive. Logic is safety should be most of our prerogatives, but most of us are operatives to profit off this monolith. And in 1948, didn't hesitate to shoot, displaced most of our population's time and time from their roots. Then they tried to hide the proof. Looks like 1492. Different time, different place, the same white supremacist rule. Now I'm living in the land where the land sees me as an enemy, no liberty. If you want to be, then you guarantee that the FBI got an eye on the people who they sent to spy. Stop and frisk, fund occupation through the colleges. BDS, yes, BDS, and they hit you with the claim you a terrorist? On the terror list, on the precipice, drone takeout another nemesis, weapons tested in the Gaza Strip, sold to our pigs and they copy it. What the F seen every day, news on the news getting us played, we gotta mobilize, we gotta organize, and if one dies, then another 10 will rise. We ain't about returning liberation. From Turtle Island to Palestine with self-determination, we'll plant every tree, rebuild every home, and until we see that day, our resistance lives on. So, my name is Sharif Zakouts. I'm with the Arab Resource and Organizing Center coming out of San Francisco Bay Area. I have family in the Gaza Strip. And for the last 5 months, every day our lives are filled with death, uncertainty, hopelessness. But the solidarity that we've seen nationally, the courage we're seeing from the people behind me, that is what inspires hope. That is what inspires hope for our families, for our movements, for our communities, not just for Palestine, but for everybody. This is the fate of the Union. Will we continue to funnel tax dollars into militarism, occupation, and genocide? No. No. Or can we envision a future filled with dignity and self-determination for all? Yes. We are here today because we are absolutely disgusted in the actions of our government. If he had the political will, President Biden could end this genocide today. The majority of Americans and the rest of the world demand a ceasefire, and we demand an end to aid to Israel. This is money that should be used on affordable housing, on affordable health care, on robust education. Instead, this is money that should be used on affordable housing, on affordable health care, on robust education. Instead, the Biden administration chooses to fund death. And you can claim that you're horrified by what you see as much as you like, but as long as you continue to fund genocide, those concerns are nothing but empty words. We call that hakifaldi. So how many Palestinian deaths will satisfy you? Another 30,000? 50,000? 100,000? The Biden administration is the genocide administration. And genocide is the highest form of racism. So clearly we have no problem with supporting fascism abroad, and we well know that it has its repercussions here in the United States. For 75 years, we've had to endure settler colonial violence, and we are here today to show the people, to show the world, to show the world that the people stand with Palestine in their dignity, in their struggle for dignity and liberation, and we are witnessing history in the making. Long live international solidarity! Long live Palestine! It's not complicated. Gaza will be liberated.
It's not complicated. Gaza will be liberated. It's not complicated. Gaza will be liberated. It's not
country. People are watching on CNN, they're watching on ABC, they're watching on all of these mainstream news outlets, right, that for months have been trying to suppress the fact that the population of the United States, the overwhelming majority, is for what? It's for ceasefire. It's for free Palestine. The majority of the United States has said, we want a ceasefire now. In Michigan, over 100,000 people said what? We are uncommitted. We are uncommitted to Biden. We are uncommitted to genocide. We are uncommitted to the occupation of Palestine. Right? Thousands and thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions right now, right, are with us in the streets. Over 200 of us have blocked. I mean, look behind you. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Right? We came here to do exactly what we sought to do, which is to say that the people have the power, and the people are going to determine what happens in this scenario, right? And the people are not going to rest until there is an immediate and full ceasefire, until Palestine is free, until we stop sending trillions of dollars to bomb homes and schools and bakeries and hospitals. We are not gonna stop, right? We are not gonna stop. We are not gonna stop. And those trillions of dollars should be going into our communities, should be going towards the rebuilding of Palestine, should be going towards a free future for Palestinian people, for all people everywhere suffering under occupation, under genocide, under war, under militarism. All right, we did this. Y'all feel it? We did this, and we joined millions of people around the world who are saying, we are unstoppable. Another world is possible, right? We are unstoppable. Another world is possible. 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 At this point, we are unstoppable, and we are going to safely disperse. Okay? We are going to safely disperse. We've kept each other safe. We came here, we did the damn thing. We did the damn thing. So clear. Make some noise for yourselves. We said we are willing to risk arrest. We are willing to be in the streets for hours. We're willing to march. We're willing to burn dog. We're willing to send the emails, make the phone calls. So now we want to make sure that we get out of here in the same way that we came, right? We came here together, and we're going to leave together, and we're going to do that with a song. You know, remember why we sing? Remember why we sing? We sing to... Our street! 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 Our street!
Genocide. No more genocide. Invest in love. in life. Invest 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 in life. Ceasefire now. 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 No more genocide. 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 Stop weapons now. 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 Invest in life. 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 Free Palestine. 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 Louder! Let Gaza live. 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 Ceasefire now. 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 Free Palestine. 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 Invest in life. 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 No more weapons now. 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 Let Gaza live. 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 Let Gaza live.
You don't have to.
No more genocide. No more genocide. No more genocide. No more genocide. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Not in our name. Not in our name.
pasando en Palestina y es completamente incorrecto. Necesitamos parar lo que está pasando allá, necesitamos ayudar a la gente que está allá,
Stop dropping bombs. Stop dropping bombs. For all our kids. 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 Till we get free. 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 It's not too late. 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 Ceasefire now. 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 It's time to act. 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 Let Gaza live. 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 Not in our name. 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 The world is ours. 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 Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Louder! Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Invest in life. 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 Ceasefire now. 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 Stop weapons 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 now. Stop weapons
It's not too